GoonQuest is a Dungeons & Dragons role-playing podcast containing both crude and sensitive humor, with occasional references to things like drugs. Content warnings can be found in the description.
GoonQuest.
Welcome back to GoonQuest. My name is Jimmy. I am your debatably conniving dungeon master in this world of my own creation. Joining me today, as always, are my goons. Goons, introduce yourselves, but I have a little stigma here for you today. Now, this week, I was a little bit of a conniving dungeon master. I sent everyone some random questions. Everyone got some different ones and such. And amongst those questions, I asked the players for a secret. It was very important. I got the secret from them, so I did press on them very hard. Now, instead of a fun fact, in lieu of it today, why don't you share your secret that you provided?
Oh, man.
Yeah, you got to share your secret with everybody.
But I wanted to change mine.
The characters don't... No, that's your fucking secret.
Okay.
That's your secret. You can go into detail if you need to explain why. Share your secret with everybody. All right, go ahead.
All right, well, I'm Joey from Texas playing level 6 Plato, the wizard tiefling. Plato's deep, dark secret is that he can never remember how to spell balloon. He doesn't know if it's 2 L's or 2 O's or 1 O and 2 L's, so he just avoids anything, just avoids it at all costs. Anytime he sees a balloon, his palms get sweaty. It's a bit of an ordeal for him.
I think we went in a very different direction with this.
I trust me, I've got questions on this what was the nature of the secret and stuff, and so I had to give it very broad spectrum. You could take it whatever way you wanted. It's just whatever way you took it was whatever way you took it. Thanks, Joey.
Totally Plato's secret, not mine. I know how to spell balloon, by the way, for anybody wondering.
Are balloons even in the world?
Yes, canonically, balloons are now in the world.
Hey, Plato, could you write balloon down here?
Yeah, man. I don't have a pencil.
You spelled it B-A-L...
Hello, everyone. My name is Alec, Goon number 2, coming at you from inside your hard drive, playing the level 6 monk Adras. And Adras's funny little lighthearted secret is that he helped the order burn scrolls containing some terrible secret, and then underwent meditation to forget what they contained. He knows they burned something, but he only knows/believes that everyone there agreed that it should remain forgotten.
Oh my god.
It's just a much darker
Jesus
twist.
Christ.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
Listen to the podcast again, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Samuel. I'm coming to you from over the firewall, hacking into the mainframe, and I play the level 6 sorcerer Hill Dwarf Boravik Smokestone. And a fun secret about Boravik. If we don't tell our secret, are you just going to say what it was?
You do have to tell the secret. The characters don't know, but us, the players, get to know.
Cool. Well, secret from Boravik Smokestone is that from the beginning, he was thought Tanis was kind of evil, but he didn't know how to bring it up. And at this point, it feels like it's been too long. It'd be awkward to say it now. So he just kind of let it go.
Jayden pointing fingers at Boravik yeah, I see you.
All right. Well,
I'm calling it.
that's all from Lil Goon.
Hey, it's me, James, here playing the level 6 ranger Voralden. And Voralden's funny little secret is he always talks about his time as a sailor, but he never talks about his time as a pirate.
Whoa.
A very brief time period, he sailed under the dreaded pirate Captain Shoresbane, who is notably wanted for tax fraud.
My man.
Pretty lame pirate.
Correct. So much so Voralden didn't actually know he was a pirate.
That's really funny.
I think the best part is that I think you were the whole time you were a sailor.
Yeah, it was his first job as a sailor, and he was just like, I guess this is what sailors do. And Captain Shoresbane also had undiagnosed schizophrenia. And notably, Voralden stepped off whenever Shoresbane was like, we gotta ram the ship into it was a lighthouse, but he thought it was a kraken.
Oh my god. Taught him all he knows.
Phenomenal.
I want it to be known there are wanted posters all around Orne, so Voralden's probably fully aware now that guy is a pirate.
Yes. He put 2 and 2 together.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jayden. I'm playing Alosrin, Dragon Rider of Kandoria, the level 6 warlock, and his dragon companion, LehSair. A fun fact about, well, not a fun fact, I guess, a deep, dark secret of LehSair is she heavily considers eating people.
Oh. Same.
She hasn't. It's like, she does.
Yeah, just a little nibble. Just a little
Well,
try.
no, like, she'd eat the whole person. It's just kind of like, like, why can't she
It's like
eat the
kill
people?
a deer and don't eat the whole thing. Kill a person, you gotta eat the whole thing. I get that.
She would eat a whole deer, too. Look, the point is that she considers eating people, because it's kind of like, well, why shouldn't I eat people?
Is this like she's getting older and she's kind of, her dragon ways are kicking in, or has that always been a
No,
thing?
it's just like, it's not, well, it's like, why shouldn't she eat people?
Okay.
It's a moral ambiguity
Okay,
thing.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
And a fun fact for...
Oh, I have to do 2 now?
Well, you
Hold
weren't-
on here.
Listen, you gave yourself extra credit. Like, you walked in and you're like, hey, I'm giving one for LehSair, and I asked for
Well, because
Alosrin.
she's a player, too.
No, Jayden is the player.
She's a character, too.
All right, so what is Alosrin's deep dark secret?
That's not
That
fair.
he
I wouldn't
knows.
have given LehSair's if I had to give them both.
You do have to give them
He,
both.
he knew the whole time that LehSair considers eating people and he doesn't tell anyone.
Well, you guys didn't. What is one secret the rest of the party doesn't know about them? Oh, wait, that's still LehSair. Sorry, I hear that. What is one secret the rest... There, okay, yeah. Alosrin doesn't want Voralden to die.
Oh, that's
Aw.
nice. But none of you guys know these things.
Yeah.
Only your characters know it. Just deep, dark secrets. They won't come up at any point in the future ever.
Yep. Definitely. Never.
Definitely never.
Yeah.
Jamie would never torture us with her deep
Yeah,
dark
why-
At
secrets.
least not Plato's.
Dude, I feel so stupid. Whenever you ask me that, I'm like, yeah, fucking sure. I didn't think this would actually...
We're gonna have a fucking...
It was just like,
Yeah.
he's doing intel on us.
We're gonna have a Bloons tower defense episode and play this shit.
Only
On the other hand, though-
is if someone can spell
On the other hand, though, we now canonically know that Plato has no fears that are actually real. Because his deepest, darkest fear,
Well, secret. It's not.
Deepest,
fear.
darkest secrets,
Yeah.
not fear.
his deepest, darkest... Well, I would say you'd be afraid of your deepest, darkest secret from coming out.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I guess all secrets are kind of a fear in a way,
Right.
in that way.
All right, let's...
Let's play the tabletop game.
Wait, but Jimmy, what's your deep, dark secret?
Oh, shit.
My deep, dark secret as a dungeon master is that my players will finally realize all the notes I take at this table end up just being... after all these fun facts, are writing down the things you guys say when you introduce yourself, so I can say, all right, guys, I'm going to pull you guys out of the hard drive and from the firewall, and we're going to get into the D&D session. And those are the notes I took from that. So,
Here, I thought you just remembered those off the top of your head.
nope, that's written right here, right next to me. That's my secret. It's out. And that's from the heart.
Exposed.
False. The deep, dark secret, Tanis is evil.
From a certain point of view. Got it in one.
We have a little bit of a downtime for the party. And so during the past bout between we last played, I reached out to the players and I got some information from them. Obviously, I got some deep, dark secrets. I also got some information regarding what they wanted to do in this downtime. Now, a lot of the downtime is stemming from Adras seeing the necessity of the party needing to train before even going to the mountain itself. And the mountain of the Silver South Ranges, so they can go to the Order of the Holy Form, because you have to do a trial of the mountain. Now, the mountain itself is rather dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And Adras hasn't done it himself either.
Nope.
When he was at his youngest age, he was just carried up there by Sigma Chi Coleman,
Yeah,
who seemingly took him up there.
carried up there or kind of just showed up. No one's really sure, but at least Adras isn't.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, may or may not technically be a fraud, but we're not gonna look into that.
You may be a frog.
He's
Frogs?
a frog.
Beans?
So another small thing before we begin, I have this new dice tower for us, which we have canonically named whoever.
So no head.
So no head.
It's a skull.
It is a skull with a little spider on it. I'll put a picture of it on our Instagram or Patreon so people can see it.
So
and it'll
no
be
head
what we
tower.
roll, like important rolls from if they ever come up. I don't know. It depends what people define as important rolls, and it's not going to be every time Jayden tries to attack. But he considers that important to himself.
If you guys know how often I miss, I think they're
Yeah.
important roles.
Yeah.
So it might be a very loose definition of what people consider important.
I'm sure whenever the time arrives, we'll be like, it's a skull moment.
It's a skull.
I think you mean it's a
Time to go
Sono
to the
head
bone
moment.
zone.
That's right. Yeah.
So no head throws the dice into the tower.
It's time to get no head, boys.
Head or no head?
Yeah.
No head.
Oh, that's okay. So why don't we kind of start with a little bit of, I'll go through the list of what people wanted to do, and I'm going to finally share, because not everyone knows what everyone was trying to do in their downtime. So I'm going to share this amongst the rest of the players for everyone. So Plato had one goal in mind when he set out for 2 weeks, other than training with Adras. Now, you all had a mandatory training schedule and diet for the past 2 weeks.
Yes.
Which consisted of whatever Alec is about to tell me. What did Adras prepare for them? You did raps at the last session.
It's basically just that.
Oh,
Adras
no.
isn't super creative when it comes to
Meal prep.
specifically meal prep with the intention of maximizing gains, for lack of better term.
Gotcha.
So he's just, all right, I have this one thing, it has everything we need. This is the only thing we are going to be eating for like the next month.
Oh, it's hell. It has been hell for all of you. Did anyone have a cheat meal?
Adras might have
Plato, did you have a cheat
Wow,
meal?
whoa,
Who
why
is
is
everyone?
everybody?
There
of course
may be like 1 or 2 days where he's like, okay, we can have one cheat meal.
Who is everyone?
Amongst the party.
Lehsair, absolutely.
Oh, well, yeah, she's a grown girl.
Yeah.
She gotta get her. She doesn't get a person, but she gets a deer.
Yeah, Adras doesn't know dragon nutrition, so
He lets her eat whatever
You
she
just
wants.
didn't even try.
yeah, he's kind of just guessing, but it's like,
So
She probably
morosely
knows.
gluttonous. Okay. So Plato, during this time period, other than eating as much as you could and working out, and we'll go into the workout that Adras runs for you all in a bit, Plato specifically wanted to really harken down and work on a cloak. So we'll cover that. And a cloak's, well, a loose definition of a cloak, more of a piece that he was asked to make or create something like for Alosrin, by Alosrin. So he really sat down and worked on that pretty hard. Alosrin got rather busy. He wanted to finish a sandbox for a reason that will later become apparent. He wanted to make a booklet for Crud. He did want to attempt to see Tanis. Now, I left that one a little open if anyone else wanted to as well, but we will let that be as it may when it comes up. And then he also wanted to attempt to stealth plate a plate armor or a half plate armor.
He cannot wear plate.
Yes. Does he have half plate?
No,
Oh, okay.
he has scale mail.
Voralden actually wanted to teach Alosrin how to roll, how to use his dodge technique. So we will come to that when it gets there. Yes. Also, additionally, he receives a letter from Regina.
Hot.
Adras wanted to focus on his inner self. / if that doesn't go well, he wanted to get Plato to look at him.
what? Yeah.
Notice me.
He wanted to craft a better wrestling persona
Yeah.
and try to get his group to share their emotions / talk better.
Which is part of the training. So
okay.
yeah.
And I'll see how I'll want to hear how you do that.
Gotcha.
And Boravik, Boravik sent me one thing. Samuel sent me one thing. Boravik wants to do a heist. He would like to steal all of the shoes from the Baron.
Got bored. I don't know.
Gotta fit it in.
No, that works.
Sounds pretty on par. Now,
It's on theme.
Part of the training,
I
probably.
was really trying to think of like the order in which I should do this when I kind of got all this information from you guys, because there's many different ways it could go, and it'll be a lot of like back and forth, largely between, mostly a lot of between you guys. So I'm going to start with,
Did we go over Voralden, what he was going to do?
yeah, he wanted to train Alosrin on how to roll.
Oh, right. You started with him. Sorry.
Rolling and rolling. Okay, so why don't we start with our workout regiment from Adras.
Ooh, boy. All right. Everyone. Let me have a quick moment to pull up.
So Adras gets you guys all together at probably the butt crack of dawn, and you are all extremely probably tired. What is Adras doing? How is this training going for everyone? What are you doing? What are you putting them through?
Oh, everyone. So, given that the trial of the mountain is in 3 different stages, we have 3 different sections of our training regiment. Actually, technically 4 different parts, because also there's hiking the mountain in general. For that is a lot of endurance, especially leg and core training, going on long, like, marathon-style runs around the town, basically.
Oh, God.
Starting off slow, because I don't know how much athletic experience everyone here necessarily has, but probably, like, I don't know, like, maybe, like, 5 miles low to start, you know? Something like that.
5-mile runs.
Just casual.
All right. So I would like everyone in this time to give me an athletics check.
Bet.
Adras, you have advantage.
Yay.
It's like, to be fair, I mean, we walk for a living, so.
And I will walk.
What'd you get?
Oh boy.
I got a 23.
Oh, okay.
How did the rest of you all do?
Plato's coming in with a 19.
17.
12.
Voralden?
8.
Oh boy.
Lehsair got a 17 as well.
Yay. Unless you want to make
Someone
that
sink.
acrobatics. I mean,
Actually,
Are you
Lehsair,
cartwheeling?
Lehsair got a 20.
So when your legs get tired, sometimes you got to use your arms.
But she was also flying, you know, so.
Ideally, Adras would try, like, for Lehsair, I'm not sure how much he'd be able to, but try to emphasize not flying, considering how tough the winds get near the top of the mountain. But, I mean,
She does her best, but
Yeah.
like, sometimes she just gets too excited. And
Yeah, she gets
starts
excited, starts
and-
flying a little.
Because
She gets in trouble.
She just got the ability to fly. you know?
Yeah,
She's
she
Her
is-
wings are finally strong enough.
she is a dragon, and Adras doesn't really know what he's doing, so.
does she suffer
On that
from,
front.
like, the thing where, like, when bugs, they get wet, they can't fly?
No. She's
Is that, like, a magic thing?
What?
Like,
Stop.
when it rains, can dragons just not fly?
That-
Because they're like, oh, our wings
No, they
are
can still
wet.
fly. I'm assuming,
Dragons are like honeybees.
I'm assuming their wings don't have felt on them. So
Yeah, but, like, maybe it's, like, a magic thing. I don't know.
the
The
rain.
water cancels magic?
The water cancels out flying
Voralden's
magic.
looking at every opportunity to how to counter dragons in combat.
the fucking lightning storm dragon whenever it's lightning and storming around him.
Oh shit!
I can't do
I'm a ground dragon.
Two powers, a gift and a curse.
No, the lightning storm dragon would just have to be the most anime fucking character.
No.
It
it's-
takes my wings approximately 3.5 seconds to dry.
No, it's he
Using
can,
this ability, I can switch between storm and flight every 3.5 seconds.
Wait a minute, no, it's he can only fly if it's raining out. If it's sunny out, he can't.
There you go.
But I control the storms. Okay, we're going to yes, with your athletic check. So Voralden,
Yeah.
you in this case were struggling the hardest in this. Why is that?
You know, probably 'cause he's got, issues.
That's fair.
His heart's not
I mean,
really.
he's
in
got
it
that
right
like
now.
limp in his leg or whatever it was.
I have a broken hand.
No,
but
no,
that's
not the
besides
limp.
point.
The off step from being a sailor.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Right? Remember that?
You're always a short distance runner. Your fun fact about having the off step from being on a boat, so now when you're on land, it's weird. You're not really a long distance runner either.
I'm more a stalker,
Yeah, slow stalking and
I don't like that.
short distance,
Sneaking through the woods.
short distance, like sprinting.
I start like sprinting. I just trip.
Yeah, Voralden is ahead of the group for the first like 30 seconds.
And then just
That's it. All right. All things considered, over the course, you start to see improvements of people over time. What other training methods are you trying to take them through other than just cardio right at the beginning?
Other than just cardio, mainly for the trial of strength is short, high intensity, full body workouts.
Okay, perfect. So they're not using
Yeah.
most of their day either. So it's,
Because like for the marathons are more for like trying to get that endurance, like that long term endurance, and then trying to get that short term like burst for like combat or like you gotta like suddenly lift this thing that's falling on top of you.
okay. All right. So with that method, why don't we also have everyone roll in athletics once more?
Yay! Do I still get advantage?
Yes. Whoever is basically the lowest number in this case is kind of how we're going to return on that what that person's struggling with.
Modified 20.
Okay.
For Alan, you good?
What'd you get?
Joey?
I got a 3.
Oh, thank God.
I got a 16 for Plato.
Okay.
An 8 for Alosrin and a 16 for Lehsair.
All right. All right, and Boravik?
4.
Oh no.
All right, so this is short intensity workouts, and we'll say, going through the line, imagine Alosrin probably hasn't done like full short intensity workouts.
Look, he's a warlock. This isn't.
Yeah.
Like they hand him, like Adras hands him a barbell, and so he's like, "What's this?"
You've done burpees before.
It's like, if I recall, he is the weakest person in the group.
Yeah. So why is Boravik and Voralden in this case really struggling with these workouts?
Us dwarves are natural sprinters. So the miles of running really put everything he had into that.
And then you go to the next part of the
Now
workout.
he's gassed. He like finished the run like okay, and then he's like, all right, next thing, and remember he just fell on the ground. He passed out.
He's just like, oh, perfect. Voralden, what is going on?
You know, Voralden's hand is still fucked from the encounter with Gojira. No, not
Gojira? Goji.
Goji, sorry.
I guess Godzilla.
His hand's still fucked from that, so whenever he lifts the thing, is just...
Yeah, he's hit that point of life
What,
as a
healing?
human where your bones don't heal everything doesn't heal as fast.
Why aren't you healing yourself?
I did. It takes time. Those bones were broken, bro.
I mean,
It's
usually heals
been
pretty
2
quick, at least
weeks.
for me, but that's probably
And we
because
have healing.
Exactly. It's
He hasn't used a single health potion. He just fully himself healing it.
What if it heals wrong because it heals too fast?
felt that. Just looks at the bump on his finger.
Well, that's because you're metal. Or something.
Something. I don't want to think about it.
You have noticed it's gotten a little better though.
Oh, that's good.
Stabs into Adras.
Please
to see if
don't.
he's
Please don't
metal.
stab me.
All right. Now that you've done a high intensity workout and a very long morning run, what else do they have any other portions of physical workout, or does it go into anything else?
I think that's it for the physical portion. After that, it would go on to training for the trials of mind and heart.
Okay.
At some point, I don't know if this is going to come first or second. Trial of Heart's just group therapy.
So you sit him down in a room.
Yeah, sit down, comfy room, get the
We're
beanbag
at
chairs
like
out.
an octagonal table, if you will.
Lysair
Yeah.
takes a beanbag chair.
Lysair takes one.
Yeah, like she
Yeah.
sits in one. She loves those things. They're like
she
mini
just rolls
piles
them.
of gold.
She collects all of the beanbag chairs, in fact.
No. Just one.
Okay, but Alec, hear me out. Group therapy is just us all sitting down to play Houses and Humans.
And our characters represent the internal struggles that we're having,
Adras,
their own insecurities.
Adras is playing a human named Alec.
Yes, of course. Sorry, we're playing Houses and Humans here. Oh, that also doubles for the Trial of Mind because we have to do a shit ton of math.
Okay.
All right, I figured it out.
You sit them down for this group therapy.
We're playing nerd games.
Is that what you guys are going to do?
I mean, I think it's weirdly enough works
Yeah.
because like it gets us to talk about our issues without actually talking about our issues,
That's true.
and also it's like okay, trying to test what we know, like. Assuming Adras is the game master here,
The gay master.
or I don't know.
Are you guys all confessing that you make your characters insecurities of your real selves?
No.
Do we need to? What, is this supposed to be therapy? Do we need to talk?
Did we miss
Alec,
the
are you
memo?
okay? Do you know you're a human?
Alex
You are, right?
All right.
Alex fucked up Plato. You killed a man.
Whatever, daddy issues. Fuck off.
Daddy issues.
All right.
Anyways,
Yeah, let's digress from that.
yeah,
We're too
anyway.
far down the rabbit hole.
I made my character wrong.
anyways, so yeah, that's what they're doing.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll associate a role with this, and then whoever gets the lowest here will have to talk about their character's insecurity.
It's
so this
me.
is entirely dependent on what you guys roll. So this puts it on you and not me. Yes,
Wisdom saves.
that's a good idea. And Lysair is exempt from this because she will probably not talk about it.
Does it count as a saving throw?
It is a wisdom saving throw.
Let's go.
Because it's like, how well you can
Adras,
resist.
because you have advantage.
Oh, okay.
You have advantage on all
You're
of
the
these
therapist
checks.
in the
You are the
situation.
person running it.
Ooh.
Given that I am a human and I have advantage to recall info on humans for wisdom saving throws.
What?
Where are you running
Because
with
it is
this?
my favorite enemy.
You don't have wisdom saving throw advantage on favorite.
Advantage on wisdom survival checks to track. That's
a survival check.
Oh, id checks to recall info. Never mind. I missed the id check part.
Would you consider this a charmed condition?
No.
I mean, unless
You do not receive elven benefits.
Unless Adras' DMing is so charming for some reason.
Is it?
No.
We're playing strip houses and
This is like
humans.
the
What did
second
you?
time
What
he's
did you
played
get,
this.
Joey?
All right, Plato's coming in with a 16.
I have a 6.
Let's go.
That's not
What did you get,
reassuring.
Chris?
I got a 10.
I rolled.
Borvik?
2.
All right, Borvik. You guys are playing through these
What
games
did
and stuff.
Adras get?
14.
Oh, okay. Would have been funny if you rolled
I
double
feel like
one or
Borvik's the
something.
one that needs therapy the least.
Yeah,
Borvik, they seem to all be turning a lot
but
of
that's
their
why we're
inward.
so good about.
Yeah,
resist.
they're all trying to avoid their own talks, and they all really focus in on you. They all really focus in on asking about what's going on with you. And so, what is internally? What is he struggling with right now?
So, Borovic, tell me about your mother.
What is it like having parents?
Yeah, what is it like having parents? Wait, I'm getting sidetracked here. Anyway.
It's all right. And then, sometimes they try to kill you, and then you learn that they weren't really your parents to begin with. And so that's all right. It's just people being people,
Real talk. How is Borovic coping with finding out he's a half giant?
Oh, that's a good question. It's not really bothering him.
He probably doesn't understand that he's a half
Yeah,
giant.
it's not really processed fully.
Just hasn't really sunk in yet.
Yeah, like he's heard it, but he's also like, I don't know, I don't feel very giant. So, all right, just, it's all about compartmentalizing.
Okay.
So he's like, all right, well, you know what? Hammer. All
Adras,
right.
what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I feel like trying to compartmentalize is probably good. Trying to, I guess, take it piece by piece rather than having it come down on you all at once. You seem to be taking it really well. And at the very least, for what I'm seeing, yeah.
What if it gives
doing good
2
work.
very enthusiastic thumbs ups?
You realized initially, Adras, that this process for getting the party to open up was already going to be a difficult one.
Yeah, which is why it's like, well, if it's like a game, then I can like trick them into opening up.
Okay, does anyone reveal any information over the course of this game that they might not have normally in a normal circumstance? Like, if almost in a casual sense to where people are aware of it. Did anyone reveal anything?
I'll tell you what's really difficult is having a bunch of friends who keep everything inside until it blows up in my face.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, imagine doing that.
Yeah, that's gotta be really difficult. For real.
Like, imagine keeping a secret from somebody for, I don't know, a month, 2 weeks. A very important big secret, like, what happened to their village.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that.
Yeah.
And Alosrin just kind of looks around at all of you.
Borvik has no idea what you're talking about.
Also fair.
I guess you can't truly be blamed for being
That
stupid.
sounds weirdly specific, but all right, yeah, sure, exactly like that, yeah.
You
You've got the right idea.
you guys get a
Yes.
Oh, good. It's Tanis.
knock at the door. Someone walks up, or someone opens up. You guys open up the door, and there's just a person there. And he's like, "Hey, yeah, I've got a signature here. I need for a shipment sent to you guys. 50 balloons. You could write out here right now and sign for that."
Who ordered the balloons?
Says it was sent to you by Kellon Hashway.
That's the Baron, isn't it?
It is.
Why would he send us balloons?
Maybe you just celebrate our awesomeness. And Alosrin gets up to take the balloons, but not sign for it.
All right, you take the balloons. He's like, "I do need someone to sign for this."
I'm
All
not
right,
an adult. so
I grab it and I just
I'll
kind of
have to-
scribble because I can't write.
Okay.
All right, thanks, and he just leaves.
Why do we? I guess
Alosrin
These
lets
are
them go and
stupid.
just lets them fly
These
up
hold
towards the roof.
on. We're really gonna get these out of here. These are silly.
But,
these are
but they're cool. Look at
no.
them. They float.
But what are we 6?
Are you
Come
jealous
on.
that-
Let's
they're
get these
just
balloons out of here. These are silly.
balloons.
What if I was 6?
When it all happened, when it all fell apart.
I mean, how old is Leseo?
Lesair's 9 months old.
Yeah, yes. Younger than 6.
Going about 10.
Yeah.
Whatever, just keep them away
Lysair
from
starts
me.
trying to jump up and like pop him with her mouth.
Instantly pops.
That's
Well, but she's trying to jump towards him because I let them all hit the roof.
Oh no! There's no like helium
they're
containers. These are just balloons that float to the
Fall
ground.
to the ground.
Yeah.
Well,
You haven't figured out helium yet?
Lysair jumps into the pile and just watches them all.
is that a choking hazard?
Well, they're not floating, so she's not trying to bite them anymore. She's
fair.
just jumping on them. Like they're mice or something.
As long as she doesn't eat. What are they made of?
Sheep's bladders.
That's what I was going to say.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's like the scene from Shrek, except they don't float. Shrek reference for you guys: they blow up a frog and a snake, and they tie the snake into a little dog, and that's what the balloons look like.
Disgusting. Get these out.
Okay.
Pathetic. Get these balloons out of here.
Lysair eats one.
That's fair.
Okay. All right.
It's nutritious.
All right, let's just, I guess, get back to what we were doing then.
Yeah, so
Sit back down.
yeah, what were we talking about? Something about keeping secrets and not telling people very important information.
More just not
Actress,
telling people how
as
you
the person running this, make an insight check.
8.
All right. It seems like everyone seems to take really well from this. It's going really well.
It seems to be going really well.
You're very like you are feeling like you've only
Ace
like
this trial.
you've only like seen like practices for this. You were taught about it. Like you went through some of the courses that the order teaches about after going through it, and you feel like you took enough away to be able to run one of these like talk-togethers with a bunch of people. So you feel like you're doing a good job.
Adras definitely has one of the NPCs be like some weird, like, I don't know, self-hating warforged or something, completely unaware of his projection.
I would like.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I just said absolutely.
Oh, I was going to say, I would like to know throughout the entire like session, however long it is, Alosrin's just constantly changing positions on the beanbag chair. Like he rolls around where he's upside down on it.
Very antsy.
Yeah, well, not just antsy, just like, you know, he's getting bored. He's like, oh, this is taking forever.
Borvik's getting into. He's like, I got something else I'd like to share. There was in my room, there was flies buzzing around my lamp, and it was annoying, buzzing constantly.
You have a lamp?
And then I catch them and I throw them outside into the cold, where they were just living their best life in my room. And now I'm like, where's the buzzing? Now I can't go to sleep, and it keeps me up at night.
So we're upset the flies are gone?
I just feel bad.
Well, then why'd you get rid
Why
of
do you
them?
feel bad?
I don't know. Where are they now?
Outside.
Probably doing fly
What if,
stuff.
what if they
outside.
go eaten
I mean, that's
by birds?
I mean,
nature.
things get eaten.
Yeah, that's
I knew you wouldn't
Circle of
understand.
You're very upset.
okay.
This is the hill he dies on.
I mean, things die. It's not like it's a big deal or anything.
Spoken like someone who's never had the buzzing.
I'd like to note on the opposite end of the spectrum is Voralden, who just can't get into it because he can't understand what all the numbers mean. He's like, so this is my car payment?
No. That's your W-2.
Oh, fuck. Okay, and this is not my W-2. The W-2 for James?
No, it's
Okay.
No, it's James's dependent's W-2, and you need that information.
Okay.
And this is where the trial of the mind comes in.
Yeah, you transition to the trial of the mind.
Yeah, the only reason they let anybody up to the mountain if they do their taxes for them.
Or 'cause he's what makes you think the order pays taxes? It's a religious organization. They
Oh,
can't
that's
be
true.
taxed.
They're exempt.
So for the trial of mind, he Adras actually just pulls out a copy of Trivial Pursuit.
Specifically geared towards whatever their specific, for lack of a better term, thing is. Like he gets the yes.
I was gonna say, so you know how like every city has like their own version of some board game or whatever? Mm-hmm. The Order of the Holy Form has their own Trivial Pursuit.
Yes. The one, the magic box is heavily biased against magic users, but it's the only one he has. So it's like, who's fucking stupid wizards? He just gives that to play.
All right, so everyone roll intelligence checks. Plato, do so with disadvantage because you're a wizard.
What?
They're heavily biased against wizards.
Oh no.
What kind of check?
Intelligence saving throws.
Lysair decides she wants to get in on
Am
this
I just-
game.
Yeah.
All the answers are filtered through you. Oh no, she can answer.
I'm not sure if I should get advantage on this.
No, you no, because it's only like it's all targeted answers, all about the order and stuff like that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, Lehsair starts projecting when
That's,
when so everyone hears it all at once.
Oh, okay.
If that's just raw intelligence, that's a natural 20 to a 19.
Oh,
Wow. We got a 12 for Plato.
That is a 14 for Alosrin and an 11 for Lehsair.
Okay. 11 for Lehsair.
And a crazy twist that no one saw coming. The two dumbest characters both got a nat 20. With a 19.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Nice. Rowland.
I got a 7.
Jayden, I do not believe you rolled the lowest at this table anymore.
Not on skill checks, not on the not important shit. But if it's like, oh, you need to hit this guy, otherwise everyone's gonna die. 1. I've always done great with the skill checks. It's annoying.
Voralden, why do you struggle at trivia? And same to go with Plato. You got a 12, but like, what made you? You should win
relatively
this.
bad, yeah.
Yeah, for you, this is awful.
Well, yeah, I would say all the anti-magic stuff probably. The just blatant bias against me. I guess.
I don't know. I did fine, and I do magic.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. Probably the fact that the Order knows absolutely nothing about how magic works, because magic hasn't existed for 1,000 years. So it's all just like, oh, this is like onomancy or whatever, you know?
Alosrin takes away that Plato's actually not that good at magic. Like most of the stuff he's wrong about.
Yeah, it's like all the answers are like
It's like street magic, like card tricks or something.
Yeah, and then Plato's like super offended by all the questions.
No. What are the questions? What is a cantrip that shoots a bolt of fire?
It's Fire Blast. Fire Blast is an answer, and of course he picks it, and everyone else just gets it right, and he gets it wrong. All right, Voralden, what was the struggle for you?
So in a weird moment of clarity for Voralden, he finally understood everything about how magic works.
And then gets everything wrong.
Because he's overthinking it. He's like, wait, they don't know how magic works, so obviously the answer's gonna be this. But wait, magic actually does this.
And then gets everything wrong. And then just proceeds to hate magic again after losing so bad. Yeah, in the very much end of it, in a very twist of events, despite without the lack of exposure of magic to yourself, Alosrin, you come in shortly after placing behind Boravik and
I got second place.
What'd you get total on your roll?
14. They tied for first.
Yeah, I was like, they both got 19. I was
Yeah,
like, yeah,
I
you
got
come in
second place.
just behind them. And Boravik and Adras,
We're geniuses.
it's like all meathead questions too. It's just like there's a big boulder in front of you. What do you do? And it's like, oh, you can levitate it and move it away, and it's like punch through it.
Question 3, what's your max bench?
Less than 500 is wrong.
How much force does it take to snap a pencil neck in half?
Plato answers the exact right answer.
It's actually 15 pounds of pressure on the...
Plato, you finish the question. Like, what's happened to me? At the end of it, the both of you get a tie score. There's like a tiebreaker thing, and you guys get it right at the same time, and they ultimately have to conclude you both did really good. Your confidence in Boravik on the trials goes up a lot.
All right.
Your biggest worry right now seems to be Voralden, who seems to be trying to adjust, but seems to be struggling.
Yeah, I might do like a little one-on-one with
His
Voralden.
chakras are fucking out of whack or something.
Like, man, his root chakra, I don't know what happened to him.
In the Lasers and Liches book, there is the muscle sorcerer, and I need it. I need it to happen at some point.
A muscle sorcerer.
That's Adras' multi-class.
All right.
I don't remember what it does other than it changes all the spells to bludgeoning.
I know you use strength to cast.
So as you guys go through, you do this over these course of 2 weeks, go through several of these courses like this, and you guys all begin to improve in different ways. Improve in different ways from this, but we'll go into the individual things that you guys did now. So I'll work my way around the room here, and we'll start with Plato.
Yes.
Plato,
Uh-huh.
you had set out to make something out of a item that you had,
Yes.
a magic item, if you would.
Yes.
And while this hasn't probably been done much since magic has come back in general, you're the first one to really test the waters with this. So your deepened process of creation and execution at the attempt of making a magical item is tedious, to say the least. Novell sheds very little remedial information to you, as Bookie would have, though. Bookie would have been like telling you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
But Novell makes you work for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
She forces you to study like the magical connections you've learned briefly about the reach that you talked about with Bookie before, and the strands that connect to each thing within the reach to the prime plane that you exist upon. Novell would merely communicate grander concepts regarding the application of and utilization of these strands and how wizards such as Mindus have manipulated these strands to create their magic as well as magical items. Through the power of such strand manipulation can go as far as establishing new connections and severing existing ones. Many of those powers are exclusive to powers even greater than your own, such as that of Mindus or gods, are the ones that can do stuff like that. And you're briefly trying to extrude some of this idea. You kind of feel the framework for what you can create by merely manipulating these strands is only limited to kind of your own creativity. And through the process, it becomes very cumbersome mentally on you, very taxing, physically training with Adras and the rest of the group to the mental hoops you're basically jumping through to get information from Novell, as well as just on yourself reading. You feel the weight of exhaustion that drapes over you when you normally conjure a fire blast in your hand. It's simple. Like, you've done it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Literally, probably more. It's just a mere draw from within. You're drawing from beneath you. The roots, they kind of... Basically, the roots tie into you, and through this study of magic and mental prowess, it kind of requires you to draw upon more to cast more potent spells. And you've noticed that as you've gotten stronger too. The stronger spells you cast, it's the more taxing on you.
Mm-hmm.
Though within your study of magic and this mental prowess, you're trying to basically imbue a normal object with a magical property. It is in itself relies on taking the strands that exist within the reach and what? Sorry. Okay. Basically, it's essentially taking these strands within the reach and drawing basically these roots and attempting to cultivate them within a mental projection of your connection to the roots or to the reach, and then reconnect these strands back to an object not connected to the reach. So basically, you're trying to take the strands that exist and put them onto something that doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not something you've really done before. And in its own metaphor, to kind of help with it, like, whilst keeping them intact in order to create a section of a root for an object, you're basically trying to repot a plant, take a clipping of a plant, and repot it and get it to grow, but you're only taking the root of the plant, and you're starting from that and trying to create something out of it. And this process is devastatingly tiresome, to say the least. Now, you were able to procure a lot of resources in this process, financially spending a good chunk of money on it. And when you are done, you kind of base the idea off of using mage armor as the spell and doing your best to kind of imbue it with providing resistances and using this grounding effect that you had come up with to essentially try to nullify lightning or thunder damage as best you could. And ultimately, you were able to produce an object. Now, the object you produce, I've handed to you already, but I want you to make an Arcana check beforehand.
Hiya! Guess Arcana, you say?
I do this time.
23.
Okay. This will matter for a later point in time, but
Okay.
I needed that check for something. At the end of the process, you are able to create this object. Now, it is made as... and I have it right here next to you. Sorry.
Ka-ching.
Okay. So it is basically made as like a bridle, a comparison for... like a bridle, a piece that goes over a horse, or in this case, a dragon in this case, which you've got like leg holes in it, which like if someone were to get on and mount the dragon, that's where they saddle in.
Pretty
The portion of it.
conveniently
Yeah, because you knew in mind when you were making it what it was for. And so with the design in mind, I'll let you, you finish it up by the end of the 2 weeks. And then I don't know why you chose to name it as you did, but you can share with everyone why you named it.
No, I won't. I'll just give it to Alosrin.
Okay, you pass it on you find Alosrin one day and just, you have it done. It's towards the end of the time.
Yes.
And you just walk up to him. I'll let you go from there.
Hey, man.
Hello, Plato.
Hey, so you know the this little lightning problem you've got going on with the in the sky and the water and shit?
Yeah.
So I behold, shing shing shing, and I whip it out from behind my back like a cape, and it's this blanket cloth type material. It's been fashioned to perfectly fit. I've been taking dimensions of the dragon there. I have it perfectly fitted. It has a little name tag on it. Here you go.
the name tag. Alosrin takes it and he looks at this cloth-like item with a name tag on it. And he goes, so this will protect LehSair from storms?
Yes, it will grant it a bonus to AC and will prevent one lightning strike per amount of time.
So how it functions, while you are mounted on the ground, and this can be attuned by either you or LehSair, while mounted on the ground, you receive a +1 to your armor class, or whoever is attuned to it. And while in the air, if you are subject to lightning or thunder damage, you are resistant to the initial strike. However, you must land before you can once again gain that resistance.
And now she can fly while wet too, so...
So true.
Water resistant.
Thank you so much, Plato. And LehSair comes over and she goes to you specifically, Plato. Plato, I appreciate this gift. I will honor it forever.
Of course. May you fly with yeah, man. I've never talked to
indeed.
I've never talked to a dragon before.
She walks up and gives
Shred
you
the
a little
gnar.
boop on your forehead.
Thank you.
I mean, you've talked to Boravik, though.
Yeah, what's up with that,
fair
dude?
point. Yeah,
It's a little different. LehSair's a little further in their evolution than Boravik is.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
He's still sprouting his wings.
All right. We'll transition from, at that point, we will transition to Alosrin. You had a couple things on your list. Now, you had going to doing the sandbox, doing the booklet for Crud, attempting to start that process on stealthing half-plate armor.
Yes.
Okay. So why don't we resolve the sandbox?
All right. So, me and LehSair, we spend a couple days working, finishing digging out that hole, making it the right proportions. We grab some wood to set in the walls and whatnot. And then we got to go get some sand. So he just kind of wanders into town and is like, first he wants to go by Tanis because that's where he thinks he could get some sand, amongst other things. But when that inevitably fails,
Yeah, it was closed for the time, but
he'll just start asking around if anyone knows where he can get some sand.
yeah, you're eventually led to actually the local town's glassblower who actually imports sand. So Bryn Grimtusk is the person that basically makes all the glass in town that has constantly been destroyed by this party. But you're able to go to him and ponder off some sand from him for a couple gold pieces.
Awesome. How many? 2?
I think it was 2 gold pieces.
Okay. He takes hauling the sand back and forth. He ends up filling up the sandbox. He makes a little cover for it so that way critters don't get into it while it's not in use. And he successfully made a sandbox for LehSair. And LehSair hops in and she starts cleaning her scales. Dragons clean their scales with sand.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess over time will she no. I was like, she could make glass too.
I mean, she could probably learn how to make glass, but that's not the purpose of the sandbox.
It's so
It
she
is
could
for
clean
cleaning.
herself. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. So you finish up with that and then move on, like, as a busy bee you are.
Yep.
You do your best to start making
energy.
a booklet for Crud. So how are you wanting to do that?
Well, I was working with Novelle, if I recall, whenever she wasn't helping Plato, like in those hours where he's asleep and I'm not. and I'm just gonna have her help me because I'm trying to be efficient about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just gonna make a booklet that has like the different signs and
All right. Why
their
don't you?
equivalents.
Because I know you learned it for Alosrin had learned it for his little sister.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you make a intelligence check for basically this is for how educational this book is going to be able to because there's difference between knowing something and being able to teach it. So go ahead and make an intelligence check, and I'll let you have proficiency in it because you know the skill.
Oh, thank God. That's a 10.
Okay, not bad. You finish up with it. Novelle at the end of it, she's like, well, there's certainly things in here people are using their fingers for that. Never mind. Why don't you just articulate a couple of things here and explain more? And she gives you a little bit of guidance for it. I'll let you roll with advantage
Awesome.
because you're having her help.
So just keep the 7 and then roll the
Yes.
15.
All right. You're able to, with a little bit of her help, you're able to pass along a little extra information, and you get a small copy together for credit. It's not a like formal book. It's like a paper pamphlet that you've essentially like hard pressed together so it stays together. And you're able to take it out to Crud, who is out on an archaeological dig site.
Of course.
His team of assistants around him tried to like keep you out of the way, but then get all freaked out when both a dragon and a flying book following you.
Cool. Novelle came.
You see, as you get there, Novelle starts.
I have to bring Boravik too,
Oh, okay.
so you can translate.
Oh, okay. You brought Boravik with you as well. You see, Novelle starts talking to Boravik. Then she's like, "Oh, hello, hairy man."
All right, can we keep it when I'm not around?
Sure.
Thank
sorry.
you. Just
Try
makes
to
me a
turn it
little
off. It's hard to
uncomfortable.
turn it off, but I'll try to turn
No,
it
it's
off.
not your fault, Boravik.
It's debatable.
It could be.
Anyways, Crud.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's the pamphlet that I was told you I was working on.
He hands away his pickaxe to a person who picks it up with white gloves and walks away. And he takes off his dirty gloves and picks up the booklet. He's like, "Yeah," and he starts looking at the pages of it. And he gives like a confused like question to Boravik.
He's asking what it is and what to use it for.
Oh, it's to teach you sign. Remember, I said I was gonna. We agreed on. You said you'd like to learn.
Yeah.
There's
He he starts to read a couple of the pages and starts to try to do some of the little signed languages in it. He immediately finds the one that throughout it finds the combination of words to make "get back to work" to the rest of his team, and they don't understand it all.
He's saying get back to work.
And then like a bunch of people are like, "Oh yes sir, Crud, right away," as they all start going back to their jobs. And Crud gives a little like and a little nod and like. And it might have just been you translating for him, but it seems like what he takes away is that he can use this to communicate with anybody, not understanding that you were translating for him.
I think he'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll just whoever like looks like they're the top dog. I'll walk over to them. Like that works for Crud, of course.
Yes, sir. Miss R.L. Jennings here. How can I help you?
Hello, Jennings. So I gave Crud a pamphlet that teaches him how to do sign. I want you to learn that too, so you can understand Crud.
Is that his wishes?
And then you can translate for him.
Crud gives a thumbs up. He's like, what is this sign?
It's how you speak if you can't talk.
I thought he
Just
was
read the
just the
pamphlet.
silent type. A true artist he is. Really creator of many things.
Anyways, good luck with that, Crud. And then we're gonna leave.
Okay. You guys head on out of there from there. You had two other things on this list.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of them was seeing Tannis, and we'll cover that one a little bit later.
Sure.
The other one was attempting to stealth like half-plate armor. Now, you've been doing a little...
Smith.
Huh?
I said to the smith.
Yeah. You've been doing a lot of like between downtime activity of just having gone into a dungeon for the first time with some other people. You're learning that like from everything they've done, and even just through your own capability of flying on Lehsair now, like stealth is becoming a more vital thing in your own book. Now, you spend some time pondering on the ideas and like start researching a couple of the bits by going to the smith and seeing how like the armor's made and seeing how it interacts with itself. And after going through this process with the half plate, like looking at the half plate armor, you see the breastplates, the epaulets, the tasses, greaves, all that, and how they all interact. And it's metal on metal, which makes a large amount of noise. And while that is its shortcoming in itself, it does actually like, protect you really well. However, with the loud clangs of the metal, the best way to dampen the sound of it, you're realizing is like cloth, and you're like watching, like you start pondering the idea back before the blacksmith, who basically expresses to you like, yeah, that's a possibility, but you're going to be sacrificing some stuff with the aspect of making the armor quiet.
Like what?
He's like, well, if I just toss a bunch of cloth within here, you're going to be sacrificing mobility by some extremes, or as well as like, just mostly mobility. You could make the armor quiet, but it's going to tamper you down or heat you up too much.
I guess I'll wait till technology's improved.
It's like, this is just, I'm not a seamster. You could find someone that works with cloth and someone that also works with armor, and if they could work together in a way, you might be able to find something that could more cleanly work. But there's always a sacrifice to make when putting those two together, if you want them to work together. Metal itself can't be silenced completely, but you can you could silence it enough, but to some extent you can't silence it without also making it much bulkier.
I know what I will do. I will go to the Baron.
All right, you head over to the Baron's manor.
To have a meeting with him. I don't know when his hours are. Or
yeah, you schedule a meeting with him, and it's okay. Later on in the week.
I don't know when they listen to the people's complaints of the whatever.
Yeah, you get a time slot about a week and a half later.
Sure. All right.
You sit down with him just outside. He's got these chairs he pulls out, and you guys get to sit decently close with like 4 guards there. But
so, Mr. Baron Kellon, sir.
Yes, Alosrin.
I noticed that the blacksmith of the town is he's a good blacksmith for like a town, but he's not the kind of blacksmith that adventurers need. So I was just wondering if you could put out like a wanted post. That doesn't sound right. A poster requesting like a master blacksmith, so that way we can have a blacksmith that can make like adventurer stuff.
Yeah, but we don't really have as much of
you have a house.
Just you all.
Well, I know, but. It's not like we're not big
Our
spenders.
Town population isn't that great. If we have a master blacksmith here, then...
Well, he could just stop by for a bit. Then I just figured, if you're going to set up this place as our home base, then we're going to need, like shopkeepers who can have what we need. So
you need time for the town to grow.
Well, I'm just so that this could be the starting point. Towns don't just grow on their own.
Listen, I already give at least 5 people in this town, 6 if you count your dragon, free housing, no taxes on it.
I mean, we pay for it in defense, but...
And that'll happen someday.
Didn't it already happen or something? Didn't this place get attacked?
One time.
It was enough to warn a house, so... That's not the point. The point is, you could just send out like a thing being like, hey, requesting blacksmith group of people want to pay you for stuff.
All right. He puts his hand on your shoulder. I hear you.
Thank you.
And that is how he concludes most of his talks with people that are asking him questions. And then you get shepherded back out.
Yeah, it works for me.
We will come back to your last thing, and we will move to... Let's move to Voralden, because it'll transition because you have one last thing, with which is Voralden.
Hey, what's poppin'?
Voralden, you had 2 little things on your list. One was teaching Alosrin to roll. How are you going about just getting him to do this?
Well, he's at the Barrens right now.
He could be technically wherever you want at the time period.
We have 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. Fair. All right. Hey, kid.
Sure. What's up?
So we're going into Ranger territory, or Conclave territory. And given the history and that we may end up having to kill them, I'm going to teach you how to kill Conclave people.
Alosrin is processing all of it. Like, is it Conclave? I'm sorry, are they a country now, or?
I mean, they take a good amount of space, but like it's like a community.
It's like, aren't the woods just owned by the woods?
Look, you'll appreciate it. Come on.
All right. But I don't want to kill them.
And we go out into the woods.
That's like the definition, but I don't want to kill him, and he's already walked off.
Well, all right then.
He leads you out to the woods.
I grab like a wooden sword,
Okay.
a not real sword, if you will.
Okay. Yeah, you grab a not real sword.
We only need one.
A real fake sword.
Real fake sword.
It's an imaginary sword.
Get your real fake doors.
Okay.
Get your real fake doors.
Exactly.
So first, I'm going to teach you some defense.
Okay.
I want you to move out of the way.
All
I'm
right.
going to swing the sword at him. I'm giving him the good old collapse training.
Oh God, this sounds okay. What is this? Did you actually just hit? I know it's not going to do damage, but
Yeah.
you're just hitting him with the sword.
Yes.
All right,
My immediate response is to summon my sword and try to block it.
all right. I'll let you roll a dexterity saving throw. In this case, you're just reacting to pull it out fast. And I guess you were trying to get him to dodge.
Yes.
Just make an attack roll.
My immediate.
Make an attack roll, Chris.
Can I make it a disarming strike? Or can he not be
Do
disarmed?
I have to roll the
'cause it's
dex
a-
save if he's gonna roll to attack me? Then.
Yeah, it's just like the reaction. It's not like an attack of your armor class. It's more of the reaction of pulling out your sword.
Oh, sure.
It's for the nature of the.
It's a bonus action. So.
But it could be just a Chris roll, and you don't have to roll anything.
Exactly. That's a 19.
Okay, so could you beat a 19?
No, it hits me.
All right, so yeah, you say get out of the way or try to dodge this, and you swing a sword at him
Bonk.
instantly. And you try to pull your sword out in time, first initial, not moving anywhere. You pull, like you summon your sword, but he's already bonked you.
Damn it.
Yeah, see, so you're supposed to move, not summon a sword. Doesn't work. That takes too long.
You don't work.
See, you want to do something like this. Swing your sword at me.
Swings my sword at him.
I roll.
Okay, roll with disadvantage. Jayden.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
You said roll, and I was like, yeah, roll.
Yeah, but you're rolling.
That'll be an 11.
Okay.
You miss.
All right, so he dodges out of the way at the same time, and then he pulls up the sword when he gets up. So he prepares himself at the same time.
I need to go grab my shield first, by the way. 'Cause
Uh,
you didn't. Well, I guess I should. I guess I would have my shield, so my bad.
No. I would have made sure you not brought it. It's
That
about
seems a little
rolling.
stupid, though, because I'm going to
It's-
be fighting with it. So if I can't roll with my shield, then
Yeah,
I'm just
but
not
like,
going to get to
it's
roll.
a practice thing. You got to get the roll down, and then you add on to it.
But then I'm practicing the wrong thing.
And then you practice with the shield once you get the roll down.
But
Like,
that doesn't work then.
you have to add layers. You can't just jump into the deep end. You got to learn to swim first.
In this case, I will need you to make an acrobatics check initially.
That's a 7.
All right. It doesn't go great initially, honestly.
Fair.
You hit him again
A lot.
several times.
Can I have my shield now?
No, you got to get the rolling part down before you get the shield.
He does this for about 30 minutes of getting you to just, you get hit several times over the course of maybe doing it like 100 times. You do it like 8 times successfully.
No. Whenever I almost have it, I teleport with my face step.
Every time you get close to
Every time I'm about to roll, I teleport.
Oh, okay. And then so you teleport away, and then do you eventually run out of teleports?
Yeah, and then I just can't do it anymore for some reason.
Okay. Yeah, keep getting hit constantly. And the process goes pretty grudgingly.
I would like to know every time I do teleport, though, I don't walk back to him.
You make him walk.
He gets to walk to me.
Do you teleport the max away?
Yes,
Okay.
120 feet. I'm looking a little green today.
As you keep the process of teleporting away, but then eventually run out of teleports and then keep attempting this roll process, it doesn't go great for a while. It looks like he's honestly trying to help, but with what he's teaching you, you're thinking fairly confident of your own skills, and he's just attempting his best to teach you what he knows.
If anything, he's teaching me to teleport as a reaction, so.
And in the end of it, as he goes through this process, what we'll do is have you, Chris, roll a this is like more of like a teaching check, similarly so. And so you're passing off your wisdom to him of what you know. So I'll let you make it based on your wisdom and how receptive of you are to his teaching. It does not seem, based on how you've said so far, that you are very Alosrin.
Rolling's just a little awkward. And again, I keep teleporting every time I roll, so.
So are you not being very receptive?
No, I'm trying. It just, it's like, it feels unnatural.
Okay. Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Yep, that sounds about right. 4.
Okay. Chris, will you make your wisdom check?
Which is
Wisdom.
just wisdom. Sorry. 9.
9. Yeah. The process does not go great in the end.
But you keep at it.
Yeah. He keeps attempting to teach you this. Now, over the course of the 2 weeks, you aren't able to.
I do have a second half of
Oh,
the
go
training.
ahead. Yes, please.
So your daily roll routine, you got to get that down to practice. Anyways, here's how you counter a roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna get Plato in here, not Plato, Adras.
Yes.
I don't know why I did that. That's a first. I'm gonna get Adras in here. All right, Adras, you can roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So roll out of the way of this attack, and I'm gonna swing at him.
All right, I'll roll.
When he rolls, I stop the attack. I wait for him to finish rolling, and then I. Some would say performing an extra attack, if you will.
You saying your action surging every time you do that?
No, my bonus action.
Oh, okay.
And then you just go through, and then they roll, and then you just.
Yeah, and then you show him the other method of dodging a roll, and you try to dodge out of the way, and Adras just grapples you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just grabs you by the scruff.
I can still.
You can't roll if you're not on the ground.
Well, I can't.
All right, so I gotta grab him
I shall bonk you on the head as
or
revenge.
stab them.
Fair.
And then sit you down.
Just wait till they're done rolling. I think that's the message he was trying to get across, was just let them roll and then hit them.
Bonk.
Okay.
You do this process over the course of the week. Is Alosrin just resilient to hear this stuff from him?
Well, Alosrin thinks that you just wait to hit them is a little patronizing, but also again, just every time he goes to roll, every time like he's about to roll, he teleports.
Oh, okay. So, in the end of it, we'll come to the end and we'll talk about it towards the end. We will jump then from this training session to a letter to Voralden from Regina.
Oh.
You want it, you know it.
So, Voralden, I don't know whatever the fuck you're up to when you're doing this, but you're sitting down and Kaltikan Bird Messenger flies in.
Oh, hey.
She hits your window because it's clear.
Do we have windows?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, in the upstairs. There's just a loud thud. The glass doesn't break, surprisingly. All right, so I'll just read this, and you can take from what you will with it. All right. Voralden, I did not get the chance to more formally thank you for our trip to the Squigbat Hop Live play.
That was a good time.
I knew they completely butchered the number of souls a Squiggly must acquire, along with using fake fire for the Battle Master lighting the beacons. But it was enjoyable to say the least, hearing you yell at the directors at the end of the show for their pitiful rendition of the game. If there is one thing I've always admired is when people call out megalomaniac organizations for shoddy productions due to poor treatment of cast and crew ultimately creating watered down crap. Let me get to the point of my correspondence. Your friend Letney is back in Orn, and he is working with the Immortals now, ? Maybe explain that one to me, ? Also, if you can let him know he will have to find a new place to crash. Blackthorn's reputation can't really be tarnished with a member of the Immortals constantly striding to what was supposed to be a secret entrance. We don't want to look like snitches. He instructed me to look after a tiefling and her brother from whom he has gotten pardoned, and to find them some work if I could. And I just don't know any further how to explain to him that we don't actually work together and that I don't handle inhuman trafficking anymore. I was writing originally to ask you if you were all right. Last I heard, you were going to deal with cultists and you were trying to work with the Immortals, and Letney told me you were fine and lived, but I wanted to make sure you were okay. I know we haven't talked much about the last time you had to fight on a skill like that, but we can when you're ready. we've both kind of done some fucked up shit, and maybe we can figure more of that out the next time we're together. RS. And that's her letter.
Oh, cool.
And you can respond with that at some point if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll figure that out.
And we'll jump to said next person. Let's go to Boravik. I've wanted to hear this one for a while because I asked Samuel when he told me he wanted to do a heist. I told him I'm not going to write a heist. You have to write a heist. And I told him, I was like, I don't care how you describe the layout of this building, because we know it is a manor building. We know it's got a bunch of fancy windows, got a bunch of fancy rooms. There's like lounge rooms and stuff. It's not over the top exorbitant, because Kellon isn't necessarily a person that holding that himself that high above his citizens, but it is still a lavish building nonetheless. So Boravik, how are you heisting all of the shoes from Kellon's house?
Okay, I need you to bear with me. I wrote out a whole heist movie montage scene, and then I left it at home. So I've written down points that I remember, and so here's where we're starting.
All right,
obviously,
we're building a film, and Chris is going to direct it for us right at the end.
Obviously, well known. Everyone around town can tell you the Baron has nice shoes. All the time he's out, he's got fancy boots on.
He does frequently stick his boot up on the counter of places so they see how nice his shoes are.
It's a different pair every week.
He has a person that puts plastic wrap on him when he walks across mud.
He's very proud of them. So,
I just love them. They're beautiful.
So, scene opens up. We zoom in on a scraggly, beat up, dusty dwarf at a bar. His hammer, trusty by his side. His hammer's brighter than his head, but just as hard. This is Boravik, the black dog Smokestone.
Bartender's like, what's got you down in the dumps, man?
Well, you make me say it. I'm bored as fuck, man.
Well, have a drink on me.
Thanks. At this moment, happenstance, Baron comes into the bar.
Hey,
As usual, kicks up his big shiny boots, puts them up on the countertop so everyone can see them.
Boravik, you seen these before? These bad boys, Nitro 9000s? Came out last week.
Light bulb.
It's my third pair. I've got to technically had to get a replacement for them. I got a small smidgen of dirt on them, so I was gonna donate them to, but I was like, I could use them around the house as slippers.
Sure, yeah. I guess you got quite a few around the house that you can just throw on whenever you need.
I mean, yeah, doesn't everyone? I mean,
Sure, absolutely. I've got to go. Gotta go chores around the house, whatnot.
hey, make sure to include your Nitro 9000s with the dirt on them when you...
Sure, yeah, you know me. Right. All right, flash forward 2 weeks. It's 3:00 in the afternoon. Boravik walks up to the east side of the Baron's Manor. Creeping through the bushes, he's waiting. Then, all of a sudden, the local school's class of third graders pulls up for their field trip to the Baron's Manor. Right on time, right on schedule. They go in, and Boravik waits just a few minutes longer until he hears the crash and bursts of flame. Yeah, that's right. Flashback 1 week.
A double flashback.
Boravik's doing some work
Well,
at the
technically the
school.
last one was a flash
We
forward.
flash forward, now we're flashing back 1 week.
Yeah.
Boravik is at the school doing some work, helping shore up the walls, using his trusty hammer. And then he sees the people he needs. Michael Halftoe and Big Bolliger. Big Bolliger is the nastiest looking 12-year-old you've ever seen. He's already got the start of a wispy handlebar mustache and a giant scar running from his ear down to his collarbone. If anyone asks him where the only answer anyone ever gets when they ask him about the scar is monkey bars incident.
And he's in third grade? And he's in third grade?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's been held back
He has.
because he's that raw.
So he walks up, he bribes them with candy and a knife that he stole from Voralden.
Brown, you're missing a knife.
The deal, they create a distraction at the Baron's Manor at the field trip next week. Flash back forward 1 week. He uses the distraction, hauls all the guards and the Baron himself into the west side of the manor. Boravik uses his fist, smashes through a window, gets into the east side of the manor. No one's there. It's perfect. He sneaks around, gets upstairs onto the second floor, out onto the dining balcony. Uses the railing to get over on the outside, crawls across the gutter on the outside, looking through each window as he passes to make sure it's still clear.
Yeah, you're looking through each window, and as you during the process of doing this, you do notice one thing. Just an individual sleeping in a bed. It is not clear, but they did not wake up from all the noise and distress.
Unimportant. Keep moving. Crawls through one window. He sees, that's right, Martha Swain, the secretary of the Baron. She has eyes like apples and a mouth like a pit viper nest. He waits until she turns her head, dashes across that window. Finally, he arrives at the Baron's bedroom window, uses his thieves' tools to start unlocking the window.
All right, please roll for that.
2.
All right, you can't.
I'm sorry.
You dropped the thieves' tool.
This is important. Take my inspiration.
Holy shit! Roll again.
That's 20.
Damn!
I don't know if you have it, and there's a small. I'll get to it in a little bit. You with flawless technique, you open the door with your thieves' tools.
So, leap through acrobat style, roll across the floor, up, get into the closet. Just stacks of shoes all over the place.
Some of them still in boxes.
Oh yeah, for sure. You get out your 2 giant sacks that you brought with you, obviously. You fill them up with the shoes. But problem, they won't fit through the window now. There's too many shoes in these sacks.
It's a Grinch situation.
He's flown too close to the sun. There's only one way to do this. Just sprint down the hallway, back to the dining balcony. The double doors are the only place these sacks are going to fit through. So, stealthy, Grinch-style Santa Claus bags on his back, he sneaks out into the hallway. He goes down. He gets to the double doors, but they're locked. Someone came through and locked the doors behind him. So, he gets back out his thieves' tools, sets down the bag, starts working on it, but this is like a rusted lock. Like, it's not working. He hears big old footsteps behind him, which has got to be the giant boots of the Baron.
That's Nitro 9000s.
They're getting closer. This is an issue. It's about to blow up in his face until he realizes he has to pull the signal. So pause for preparing for the signal. There's birds loose in the Baron's manor. No, that's the signal. The signal flies across the hallway. He waits, and at the last second you hear, Baron! Well, I need your help downstairs with something. That's right. It's Martha Swain. She's been on my side the whole time.
Oh shit, there's the twist!
Flashback 3 days. Boravik's back in the bar, getting some drinks, finalizing his plan, but the last thing he thinks is getting through the double doors. What if he needs a second distraction? Turns, sees Martha Swain sitting on the bar stool next to him, lamenting about how the Baron wouldn't give her leave to go visit her cousin last week.
He just needs me to organize all his shoes constantly.
She's bitter. Boravik, light bulb. Flashback, Boravik finally gets the double doors open. He jumps off the balcony, lands on the bags of shoes, bounces off, runs off into the evening.
Phenomenal.
Can I
Absolutely
make
phenomenal.
one small twist? I think you're missing a crucial element. You need to have the beginning where he's trying to push the shoes through the window and be like, so I bet you're wondering how I got here.
I was gonna say it's the cutscene back to the bar with the bartender. He's like, so how'd it end? And you just got the bag of shoes over your shoulder like, well, how do you think it ended?
That's perfect.
That adds at least 3 more flashbacks.
Absolutely phenomenal.
I'm gonna give you an inspiration and return Jayden's just for the sake of all of that.
That was a lifesaver. Thank you.
I was like, it's too important.
Too vital.
The Ocean's Boravik. Boravik's 11.
Yeah.
Adras,
Yes,
you had a couple things that you were going through.
I did.
One of them was crafting a better wrestling persona. How did you want to go about this?
So, for a while, at like a couple days during like training downtime, Adras is kind of just sitting in his room with various like sheets of paper strung across everywhere with like posters of different like members of the order or like local wrestlers like Keg Sternly, just plastered all over the walls trying to find something. Because chiropractor like is nice, doesn't really work. Like it's not him.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, I help. It's like, you know, I rub your back. And also, you know, the association. But not really sure where else to go from there. Like, maybe, like, I don't know, like the chisel or something.
So he's trying to reframe it.
Yeah.
Okay. If anything, more of the practice right now is deleting his original persona.
Basically. But he's kind of stripped himself dry. The other members of the party don't really seem like the best knowledge sources on wrestling
Yeah.
that he knows of. I don't know, maybe Playo has some like weird fascination with it, but there is one person he does know in town as he looks at the poster of Keg Sternly and is like, all right.
Gotta go meet an old enemy or an old friend. You find the fishing guild and you get directions over to where Keg Sternly actually resides, and you make your way over to his house, knock up at his door, and he walks up to the door, opens it up, and he's like, "Oh, Adras, hey, how's it going, bud?
Going good, bud. How are you? Have you been?
How's Keg Sternly?
How's Keg Sternly?
Oh, you know how Keg Sternly's doing." As he flexes his, like, virtual dad bod. Nice. All right, you don't have to flex, too. We get it. You're young.
I wasn't flexing. I was just admiring.
Oh, yeah, well, that's how Keg Sternly is. People appreciate my body for what I am. What can I do you for, sport?
Yeah, I was, coming to you for some advice.
And I'm going to be coming to you from the other side of the ring next week.
Yeah, I bet. I'd like to see you try. But,
my back's not been the same since then, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm on the booster club now, just really trying to help other people fashion themselves to be some new wrestlers.
Yeah.
So what can I do the chiropractor for?
Yeah. About that, I was thinking of trying to rebrand, if that makes sense, you know?
Did you do something to get yourself canceled?
No. It's just, you know, trying to...
What you're trying to separate from?
Extra local, you know, outside of Emerith, and also, you know, don't really have the whole, you know, lightning stuff that I used to with the chiropractor, so it kind of, you know...
Oh, did the lightning really make the chiropractor? Or did the chiropractor make the lightning?
There's an association there that I don't like, if that makes sense.
Oh, you know, it's up to you, you know?
Yeah.
All right, let's step on in. And he, like, closes a closet which has a bunch of chiropractor merch inside of it. Don't worry about that. Sits down at his couch. He's like, so what you want to rebrand into something big time, new guy?
Yeah, I mean, new guy released a different stage of the old guy, if that makes sense, you know?
Like the Chiropractor 2.
Chiropractor
without
2.
the electric boogaloo.
Chiropractor 2, just boogaloo.
Just boogaloo.
Just the boogaloo.
I think we got something working there.
And there were some ideas I was trying to wrestle with, but it wasn't really working. You know, like from the order, a lot of us are stoneworkers and sculptors, so I was thinking something like the chisel, or like chiseling something, but that seems a little awkward.
Yeah, we gotta get a branding name there. Something. Work out something. Let me reach out to the rest of the crew, and I'll call them in, and we'll have them all come up. We'll have a conference. Hey, rest of the wrestling conference. You guys are all here now.
Yeah,
you're all wrestling conference members. We're all here talking about the Booster Club, basically trying to rebrand the chiropractor. That's your inspiration. Let's go.
All right. How about the machine?
Oh,
what's
Yeah, because he's built like a machine.
Yeah, right. He's
He always
a machine,
talks about his caloric intake. It's all
true.
Maybe.
You know, he's really technical about it all.
he is very
I could use that as inspiration, maybe. I kind of like it, but also a little too artificial.
What do you mean?
Well, because it's more natural, baby.
Hold on, I get it. Let me pitch
you?
this to you. A tag team. Me, the slippery serpent, and you, the venomous viper.
I kind of, given my circumstances, I kind of can't do a tag team. It sounds really cool, but I would.
Serpent, quit trying to get yourself back in the ring. You're retired.
I need a partner.
You lost Viper long ago, man. You're not getting a new one.
I wanted.
I'm not coming back.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break
You know what you
character.
did to me.
Viper, we told to leave it in the past.
He keeps bringing it up, though.
Let me have my problems.
We really got off on the wrong foot here. Serpent and Viper really got to hold
Maybe,
back on their...
something at least tangential to the Order of the Holy Form. It's a large part of my life. I don't want it to be like a direct thing, but something that's like inspiration from it.
You know, if there's one thing I learned from fashioning wrestling personas for all of my life and also running a fishing guild and whatever else I do in this wacky town.
Wears a lot of hats.
I do. You know, when there's not a lot of people, you gotta wear a lot of hats. You know what they say.
Thank you, Taylor.
Yeah, he helped someone file the taxes for the first time, I think, a while back. Because I remember.
Yeah, you know, someone's got to file taxes somewhere.
Yeah. We were like trying to figure out the W-2s for this game I was running, and you really helped with that. So.
You know, if you can't play humans and highways, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hi, Eric Crocker here, the Celtican wrestler of flight. Maybe. Well, as I like to say, fight or flight, and I am a flying bird.
As my slogan says, fight or flight, and I chose fight.
Yeah. What's your gimmick? Because my gimmick is flying, because I am a Celtican.
Yeah, like Vipers is poisoning people and Serpents is also poisoning people the night before the match.
I guess that's the thing. I never really.
Hey, I don't poison anymore. Not since I rebranded.
Yes, we got it. The
I'm
worm.
the dragon now.
They call me the dragon.
Exactly.
I don't really know if I have a gimmick.
You know, if there is one thing we've learned all together is that names don't really, we don't come up with them. They're kind of forced upon us.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you have to earn a new one, if anything.
Like, I don't even know what Eric Crocker means.
Fair enough.
None of us do.
I've been rebranded for 2 years and people still call me the Viper. It's annoying.
Yeah.
And you should have heard the whole thing when the Viper and the Serpent started. And one would call one the Viper, the other would call him the
I
Serpent.
hate when people got
Hey,
it mixed
Serpent!
up.
Oh, God, I hated it.
That sounds atrocious.
Back in the good old days when
No,
the
it
viper
wasn't
and the
good.
serpent were still together.
Maybe you just need to find your new name, and what we'll do is we'll stop pushing the brand of the chiropractor around.
Yeah.
Although you could still do your chiropractor services, so just on
No,
under the
yeah,
table.
I'll still do that. That's like just
Oh, thank God.
public good, you know.
Speaking of which, I need to
yeah, of
fix
course.
You
this.
mentioned like stoneworking. What if you were like the masoner
Maybe?
or just
I think-
mason?
I think I just need to find my gimmick first, honestly.
Maybe you should, get in with the kids.
I don't like that phrasing.
Sorry. Get in with the kids. They're all about Riz these days. Maybe you could be the wrestler.
Stop it.
I kind of like how it sounds.
Wait. I have a great angle for you. You come out as the therapist, and you reunite the viper and the... No,
We're not doing that.
The marriage counselor. I think you just need to move on, man.
It's so hard.
All right. Well, I mean, ultimately, I think maybe your persona is just going to come in time when you feel like you do something that makes it happen again. Like you had that moment where you became the chiropractor.
Yeah, I did. That was-
You need to have a new moment.
You're right. Yeah. Figure out that moment.
And if it takes the next kart race to find out, then it takes it.
Yeah, I guess until then the chiropractor's still hanging around, I suppose.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could
Yeah.
just stop selling the merchandise. By the way, here's 5 gold.
Oh, shit. Thank you.
Everyone else here, here's your 30 gold as promised.
Yeah, can we stop selling the Viper merchandise too?
Listen, we've got to sell the rest of it.
it's
People still want
I
it.
think the issue with the chiropractor is honestly the merch is so weird. like the outfit, you know?
What, a onesie?
Yeah, what's the big deal with that?
They like the onesie.
I feel like the onesie hides my figure too much, you know?
Well, it's not like you're wearing
It
it.
has like 3 coats. It's like
But yeah, it's...
the artificial pecs. Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's gotta be natural. That's my
The
whole thing.
naturalist.
Nah.
Okay.
It'll come.
Yeah.
It'll come in time.
I just gotta have that moment, I guess, but this was helpful.
All right, then. You take it easy now.
Yes, you
Yeah.
all as well.
Hey, I'll once you get a name figured out, the Federation will.
Gotcha, I'll
I'm
have to
sure they'll.
register with EWF, you know?
Yeah. With Wrestling Federation.
Not to be confused with the other EWF, the N3 Wrestling Federation.
Exactly.
Two completely different
Those
things.
guys.
Yeah,
Thinking
fuck them.
they're cooler because they're bigger than us.
Listen, we have all the officials here. We got Caltekin.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. We've got Eric Cochran, the Caltekin.
I guess
You're able to leave there with no new information on your persona.
you know what?
You
Fair
got
enough.
some good names.
I got some good names. I got some ideas from where to get started, you know?
I
Yeah,
still stand by the machine.
I know why you stand by that for another reason, though.
Is it because of that one bit?
No, because you're a machine.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's like I don't know how to tell you this, but
No one said you're a machine, except for Jayden.
yeah, but Jayden's gonna stick with it because it's really funny.
What about member of the Holy Beatdown?
Maybe holy something? I don't know.
The Holy
The
Chiropractor.
beatdown boy.
Backstreet Beats. All right. Pfft.
All right, there was one other thing you wanted to do, Adras, and that was focusing on your inner self.
And maybe that also has something to do with figuring out my wrestling name. Because Andrews doesn't really know what he is. So
Yeah.
he's trying to guess.
You try to meditate and such?
Yeah, trying to, like, I guess, figure out how to trust his body again. Because ever since the start of, like, when you figure out he had magic up until now, he hasn't really 100% trusted his body.
Yeah. And especially, I mean, you're just thinking back on it in general, like it's been your whole life now. Like it's shrouded and there's aspects that you don't remember correctly, or
Yeah.
not that you don't remember correctly. It's just that you were so young
Yeah.
and like how you even got to the order in the first place. Yeah. You start to dive down into just your thoughts.
Yeah.
You find a good place to sit down and meditate. You're relaxing after one of the nights of training. Everyone's all gone to bed or gone out. Voralden uncomfortably just sitting there, staying awake too late for no reason. He's just clutching a letter in his hand.
All right.
But yeah, after this training one day, you kind of take a self-assessment. Your body's not any weaker than it had been. Like, you're as strong as you've always been. You're in peak performance and you're training constantly. But even since you had left the order, like keeping up with everything, I mean, was it really your own doing that you left the order? Or was this, thrusted upon you in some way?
Yeah.
Did you think you should leave the order, or was
I mean,
that forced on you?
That's the other thing is, like, even with going on the Trial of the Mountain, is like, is it genuinely what I want to do, or is it like subliminally forced upon me by Mendes or something? You know?
Yeah. Do you need to do it for a reason? Do you need to be up there?
Exactly. Like, is there any reason I particularly want to maybe like get the heart back? You know?
Or are you thinking is the reason you're doing it because you want to feel more officially part of the order because you never did it and everyone else had?
Yeah. Or is it just because, I don't know, there's some weird ploy from Mendes to like get the hearts of the Untamed and I'm his method to do it? Or,
Yeah.
you know?
And you had a heart inside you.
Did.
One of the hearts of the Untamed, as you know.
And then was getting rid of it part of his plan? You know, like, he doesn't really trust himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to figure, because he needs to do that. Otherwise, he's going to, like, I don't know, have an aneurysm during the trials, but...
Yeah, so you start to wander in your thoughts a little bit, like going down this rabbit hole, probably a little too far than...
Oh, 100%
you
too
want
far
to.
than he should. But
Yeah. So you start thinking about everything. You're like trying to draw back to like, okay, so am I forgetting anything that may have happened in my younger life when you were a kid that you might have forgotten, or even don't even speak about some other times where you had to erase memories.
Yeah.
Not that you would ever try to withdraw memories ever again, but some
Yeah.
stuff from your mind does feel like you've purged it almost mentally just because you don't want to think about it more than actually addressing it.
Yeah, addressing it.
So, you kind of think back to when you like first took your ancient rites, when you were joining the order originally. You remember like thinking back now, some of your friends, Tanner, Brock, Brett, yeah, Brett, Nick, Doug, just any other. You guys can insert any other
You're
other
doing
names.
a good job.
Okay, I thought those were all pretty fitting.
Leslie.
Yeah, there's one Leslie there.
Yeah, there's a Leslie.
Yeah, good old Leslie. There's the night you guys would sneak into Sigma Chi Coleman's personal kombucha lounge. You guys would have a night of debauchery, but then like regret it the next day.
Yeah.
Because
The
you know,
Booch-overs.
yeah. I mean, you mostly because he wouldn't let you guys oil wrestle with the rest of the group.
Oh, yeah.
You would have to like clean the grounds while everyone else got to oil wrestle.
Yeah, we'd have to pick up the dead bodies of people who died on the trials, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, the worst part.
God.
Yeah.
So boring.
On body duty.
And Sigma Chi's Coleman's always been there for you, like as a figure, because he knew that you didn't have parents, and like of people that did have parents, they are like interconnected between the Order of Holy Form and the Order of Hot Yoga, which is locally noted like across a bridge on one side of the mountain to the other. It's just this long. That's why you probably didn't. If you had a fear of heights at any point, it's just there's a huge wooden bridge, rickety wooden bridge between them.
Yeah.
He always kind of took care of you as if you were his own to some manner as you grew older and got to watch that. But as you're thinking back on it, you're like, he really did focus in on you. Like he did bring you up from the mountain, bring you up the mountain on his own and stuff. But like, he really took a shining to you.
Yeah.
Like a lot. You were very special in a way.
Like, I guess I just kind of thought it was like, he's the first, you know, like baby boy to be like raised in the order, you know, but
now you're thinking on it, and he did often like really give you a lot of special treatment. Like other people, like they would probably be in a lot more trouble if they stuck into his kombucha lounge, but all you had to do is pick up bodies from.
yeah, that's just boring.
Yeah, and I mean, he really did. He was really there a lot for you. Really, really took care of you. And that's kind of a good feeling, but also like
Well, then why was he like that?
why did he care so much? Like, why wasn't that care distributed amongst everyone?
Did he genuinely just like me for some reason? Or was it, again, some weird Mendes thing?
Was it related to the heart?
Yeah.
Did he know? Why don't you make a history check?
Oh boy, I'm good at these. That's a lie, by the way. 1. Modified 1, but 1 nonetheless.
Yeah. So you attempt to recall any information on the heart, and it might have been supplanted unto you somehow. You don't know at what point it was, and everything's kind of vivid. Your mind is trying to suppress them in itself. Like you don't want to think about it, and then you feel best put a small spark. It kind of like burns at your core, like this feeling. It's like a tinge of fear washes over you because you haven't had a feeling like this. It's almost as if your mind is trying to assist you in some way from these repressed thoughts. Something within you is trying to access something like the reach.
Huh.
It's there's magic in you and it's trying to work. Are you going to let it?
I think I kind of have to if I want to be able to fully trust myself.
That's up to you. Would you like to?
I mean,
You can either repress it and not focus on it or try to.
well, I mean, this entire time I've been trying to, I guess, repress whatever's been in me, trying to physically force it out, but given just how integral it is to literally what I am, you know, I can't really try to force it out. You know, it's like trying to tear my own heart out at this
So is
point.
that a yes?
In short, that's a yes.
I'll let you reroll with advantage.
Yay.
This is like a point in the game where it's like this decision affects the outcomes of things, and yeah. 4 actually matters. So,
Why do you have to make me make an int check, Jimmy?
as you dive into the recesses of your mind and start to prod around a little bit, you get this faint feeling of remembering you're carried by these brawny shoulders of Sigma Chi Coleman,
Mm-hmm.
his muscular arms, but the air you're smelling isn't like the mountain's clear air. It's grimy and humid, but you feel cold, but not, and like taking a nap would be good, but not in a good way. Like sleep, but like forever. That's how you feel. And that is like a core memory you have. It's just, you can't seem, it all begins to go fuzzy once again. And we'll leave it at that.
Oh boy.
You know that what you used to access this was a part of the Reach. You connected to magic again.
Mm-hmm.
You know that while you had tried to do this before, or while you'd done this before, you at least learned from Plato before some of the aspects of controlling your magic or accessing the Reach. So you could try to talk to him about it if you would like.
I think I will.
Okay. Plato.
Yo.
Knock, knock, knock.
Yo.
Knock, knock, knock.
You open up the door. Novella's in the middle of just like leaning over on the counter in a very bookish way, in a provocative book way, right when he opens the door.
Oh, we weren't doing anything. You can come in. I've just been working on this thing.
Yes, you can come in.
Okay. Plato,
Yes.
I think I need your help.
Fine, I'm going to
Something.
Boravik. I'll be back.
All right, whatever. Get out of here. We don't need your weird vibes.
I mean,
Okay,
if
you're the tramp.
I'm perfectly honest. I'm accepting all the help I can get.
she's not going to be helped.
Oh, well, he might want me to help
No,
him.
not like that.
I mean,
I can help in other ways.
Oh my God, she's a miscreant. She's a muskrat.
I'm
she's
trying
a
to
musketeer.
access hidden
Oh, yeah, you got any
memories
other
using
things to call me?
magic.
Oh God,
I think
what's that?
I was trying to dig into my own mind, and I think I tapped into magic.
Oh, really? What are you doing that for?
Because I kind of figure I need to, do a little something like to call trusting myself.
Uh-huh.
And I can't really do that if I don't know what I am or what I can do. So, you know how the Order hate, like how in Trivial Pursuit, right?
That stupid game, yeah.
Stupid.
So stupid.
Yeah, and how I was kind of biased against you. At least you feel like that.
Yes.
Imagine being raised in that environment for your whole life and then realizing that you are very much magical. Like what you're like 23, you've been raised in the Order your whole life, hate magic, hate wizards, and it's like, oh, I'm a wizard. Do you realize what that does to your self-image? It's not very good.
So you want to be a wizard, I'm hearing.
I want to...
Well, you come to the right man.
Okay, we can call it being a wizard, I suppose.
So what are you trying to do?
Basically, I was trying to, I guess, dig deep into my own mind, and I accidentally tapped into magic to do so. And I was wondering if you could help me control that.
Yeah, of course. I've been working on this. Well, let me show off my little project I've got here.
Oh yeah, sure. What's that thing?
So I pull out my blanket here.
Gary.
Yeah.
Gary.
This is Gary.
You named it Gary.
It's sentient. It cannot communicate or be communicated to. However, you must treat it with respect.
Hello, Gary.
Refer to it as Gary. Thank you. I've been working on complicated magic shit. You wouldn't understand it, but luckily I've been challenging myself a little bit, so this problem here will be pretty easy for me to figure out.
Plato, roll a Arcana check.
Arcana, you say? La Let's go. 20.
Okay. So as part of the benefits of this 2-week period, there is a bit of knowledge that you learned. You learned a little bit about tapping in and access, and you know that Tanis had talked about how he had severed certain ties to increase the potency of some of his magic.
Right.
You learned kind of the nature of what of these increases in potency of magic are. Each of the schools of magic have like different benefits that they provide or that you can gain from severing others. So if you sever like one, you can gain the benefits of another, and then it can only go up further from there. There is this type of magic which you don't necessarily have access to it. Either way, they're all called different things. There's a form of divination which allows you to access minds.
Oh.
And you can, if anything, help in a way to access his mind and get whatever information he's trying to get out of it. It's called onermantic disillusionment.
Okay.
Which is basically where you can go in his head and pull out the thoughts that he wants, that he is suppressed.
I'm the key to your secrets.
Yeah, and
But not exactly. You can't do this magic.
What? Come on, I can do it.
Well,
Come
I mean,
on.
you could,
Yeah.
but you need to sever something.
Oh, what? Hold on. So I gotta sever something to get this special new type of magic?
You need to sever another school of magic.
Oh, man. A whole school.
But you could provide a lot of answers for him if you did that. And actually, potentially, since you can access minds, you could probably help in some other way Voralden, too.
And I'm also coming to you because I know we both have ties in one way or another to Mendus. So,
Yeah, that's right.
We have that shared experience somewhat.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
also, or are you familiar with that stuff? So, yeah.
Okay, so as I understand it correctly, in order to get this new type of magic, which I don't have access to,
What's it
I have to
called?
remove my access to a different school.
What kind of magic?
Onermantic disillusionment.
That is a word. That's 2 words. That's true. That's a lot of them.
It's the biggest combination of words you've ever heard, Adras.
Yes, actually.
Well, Adras, in Mendus's book, it says that you should never separate one of your connections. But he also told me a lot of stuff that wasn't to my benefit.
Yeah, he
So-
kind of trapped you in another dimension.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my lesson there and let's get rid of a boring one, I guess.
What school of magic would you like to sever?
There's so many I have to think about which ones
You
there.
don't know a lot about this process. You got a 23 in Arcana check. You know that while it is essentially you can sever a school of magic, and you got that information out of learning from one of the books that Mendus has enchanted. You do know that it is at least mentioned that there are capabilities to reestablish them before, as such as you're trying to create one now with a magic item. You don't know how to do that, and you know that the potency of which of those likes have only been seen by Mendus or the gods, but as an aspirant as you are,
Might be technically possible to do.
you're like, if you severed it now, there's a chance you can do it.
Yeah.
Tanis hasn't. He's been around for a long time. But he also hasn't had the well of knowledge that you have had from
Yeah.
Mendus's teaching.
Probably doesn't even know he can get it back.
He probably doesn't.
Let me look into my brain real quick for all the
Funny schools.
D&D. Oh shit, D&D 5th edition magic.
It's a weirdly named book.
Magic. Oh, it's actually I'm just thinking right now.
That loud.
Oh, sorry. Let me open up my my Novell here and see. Oh, this is all of them?
Yeah, there's not many.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, you don't lose any of the existing spells that you have, just to clarify.
Okay.
You just cannot take any more from that school.
Let's go with necromancy.
Necromancy?
Yes.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Let's get rid of that one.
Sounds like one that's probably not good to have.
It's actually very useful. Like reviving people. Not that wizards can do that, but just in general.
All right.
All right, so it's not an easy process to do either. Well, it actually is fairly simple once you understand how to do it, but it just looks horrifying to everyone watching.
Oh, awesome.
So essentially, Novell just basically opens to a specific page in the book, and you begin an incantation on severing your own connection to. Yeah, just open up to whatever bloody page you want from there.
The first page has blood on it.
Okay. Yeah, as Adras is just kind of casually standing there, you open to this page and start speaking these words which mean nothing to you, Adras. But essentially what you are doing is you're technically uprooting the connection to the reach you have and just tethering it further into the divination school. Now, you get a little bit of a benefit out of this, and I'll tell you at the end of this session, but you get the ability to do this process called oneiromantic disillusionment. Now, it is very much a strain on your body and can take it can take a long portion to do. It takes single spell slot you have.
Damn.
And you can only use it once a week.
Damn.
And now what you do is you access, and you perform it similarly to like a seance. You can access into someone's mind and essentially relive their memories that you want to access. Now, he might need to be a little more specific on what he's trying to learn, or you could just dive into where he's trying to probe to what he's forgotten. It can really just help him remember things, although it's definitely got an Inception vibe to it. If you die in the dreams, you'll die in real life.
Oh, okay.
If you die in the dream, you go to limbo.
Yeah, and you die in this dream, you die in real life.
Okay.
Like you're the player, I take you outside and shoot you with a gun.
Oh, hell yeah.
We should go to the dream all the time.
The character's alive.
You have to sleep first.
No, you don't die. You don't die out. Just so you guys know, you don't actually die. I just wanted to say you die in the dream, you die in real life. When you die in the dream, you're like forced out and you can't go back in.
Okay. You ready to get red pilled?
Sure, whatever that means.
All right.
Now, yes, you can do this. And you could do it with, you can get Adras and go in there, and he can go in his own mind and get to relive his memories.
All right, buddy, you ready to jump in?
You can take a couple. You can actually take up to the party with you.
Oh, really?
I'll say that.
Oh, cool. All right, well, we'll start with just you and Matt. I assume this is something personal.
Yeah, very.
All right.
I'm trusting you a lot with my own brain juice.
I'm trustworthy now.
Take good care of it.
All right.
All right.
All right, we need 10 obsidian. We need a flint. Sorry, that's stupid. So stupid.
All right. So you lay him down in a chair, and you stand behind him. Now that you have all this knowledge, you basically put like a little arcane seal on it. You draw one on there with some chalk, and then you just have Novell stand there and hold an effect for you as you go around to the other side. You guys have to do a predator handshake, and then your eyes basically shoot up and light starts shooting out of them, and Adras, you're terrified as you just watch it. Then it starts shooting out of your face too, and then it just like there's a projection like you're entering a VR space, like a yeah.
The magic logo pops up. Loading.
The Wizard of the Coast logo.
Yeah, and this actually works ironically pretty funny because there's only kind of based on the memory it's going into. You take on the role of like different characters of it. Adras, you get to be yourself.
Yay!
Sigma Coleman. Sigma
Ooh, this is nothing I'm unfamiliar with.
All right. So it's really just at this point it is just reliving this memory. You're just trying to access this memory. You're trying to see what you have forgotten.
Yeah.
And so as you guys dive into the recesses of his mind and start to prod around, you remember that smell that brought you to him in the first place, that grimy air and humidity. And you could just reiterate whatever I say that Sigma Chi Coleman says in your Sigma Chi Coleman voice.
All right.
I'll just say it and then you can repeat it.
All right.
Really good for an audio podcast.
We'll just cut you whenever you say it.
I'll cut myself out and then you just say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be very easy. Okay, so Adras, the air is...
So sorry.
Wait for him to finish.
I'm gonna describe. I'll do a different voice so you know which one Sigma Chi is. Okay. Adras, the air is grimy and humid, yet you have that cold feeling. And that sleeping, again, sounds very nice. You're not really 100% yourself. You're very small.
Yeah.
Little boy.
Little address boy.
Maybe like 2 or 3.
Dang.
Yeah. And you were that size, just to clarify. You weren't big.
Right.
You immediately know that you're not like a not growing.
Yeah.
It confirms to you that your memories haven't been insanely messed with. This is just a long time ago, and you've clearly repressed something.
Stay awake, brother. We're almost there.
All right, Sigma Chi Coleman's voice cuts through that feeling of cold and wakes you up a little bit. The surrounding is a verdant haven of natural vegetation. It does have that stench to it, and constant states of growth and decay all around you. You hear the buzz of insects pestering your ears, creating a ringing sense. This is not anywhere near the mountain.
Yeah, well,
You're looking out behind you, and you can see off in the distance. You see the mountain way off in the distance. You're very far from it.
what?
The abrupt smell of putrid existence sheds light to your whereabouts. This is a swampland. You can recall just not of now, just now. You know that south of Kindoria, where actually Alosrin is from, there is a swamp called Preservation Swamp. This is the closest swamp to the mountains, so you can kind of connect the dots that those are two. At a young age, you couldn't really have known of such place, but now you can piece that together. As it kind of all floods together more, you hear this eerie voice that sends your skin crawling. This is not... Yeah. And he brings to me a child of other worlds.
Silent bitch. You quit talking that shit. This guy's sick. We need the good shit. The Traveler spoke of your capabilities. I want to help this young one, Adras, but he built different.
I love this translation going on here.
This is great. I might leave both of them in there. Coleman kind of turns, showing your face to this crone who smiles wickedly. The boy is without its nutrients of its realm. He will perish with the turn of the eve, with the strain on his roots.
You speak of the ways that are forgotten. What can I...
Forgotten. I assure you the magic of the swamp brims with life as it always has. Even now, one who could swear it off turns to the swamp when all other efforts fail. The magic of the swamp might just save this child. Though why would you wish for something like that? He reeks of divine essence, not akin to your spiritual teachings, Arbiter. I could take him back. He could return once what was stolen.
Stolen? If I had not intervened, what would you have done, hag?
Yeah, the stench rises as she moves closer to Sigma Chi Coleman. Come now, I will. Nanamello can make the child right. In the swamp, all comes at a cost. If you cannot pay, my curse shall fall of you and your kin. Come now. As she leads Sigma Chi Coleman into a small little ramsackled shack. You guys enter inside and get in there. And roll a Constitution saving throw, both of you.
Oh, man.
Disadvantage?
You do.
Oh, no.
Oh, nuts. Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Let's go. Natural 1, 4 total.
Yeah, I got a 3.
You guys enter into the room, and you're both forced out of the memory.
No! Damn!
You connect a little bit. As you guys get back, you just see Plato's just drenched in sweat. Wildest trip ever. There's a feel of euphoria that goes over you in this moment, too, Plato. That's the most potent magic you've ever used.
That was kind of badass for a second, for real, though.
Yeah. Wait, what?
You boys look a little sweaty.
What?
Well, did you learn what you wanted?
I learned something.
Well, it seems like they debuffed you in some way. They limited you.
Oh, no, that's not that. I just have IBS.
Oh.
Curse thing.
They gave you IBS.
From the Thorin.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Givers. I need to remove curse.
I can just remove your curse.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
When could you do that?
Like, right now, dude.
Please?
Yeah.
Do you ever remove curse?
Yeah.
You have no spell slots prepared, or anymore.
Because you used them.
Can you do it tomorrow?
Take a short rest.
Yeah, I'm telling
I mean, we
do
can't.
it
According to you, we can't do this again for like a week, right?
Same thing tomorrow?
Sure, we can do it.
You try to do it tomorrow, and you're like, I can't do it.
Yeah, it
We
doesn't
gotta wait
work.
a week.
Yeah, it's a week.
But I can...
Same thing next week?
Same thing next week. Same time next week.
All right, cool.
You can take a short rest though.
Yeah, I'll just remove his curse ASAP, and then I'll have all the spell slots available for next time.
Adras takes the best shit of his life after that. He's been constipated for weeks.
And with that, that's where we're going to call our
Oh,
session
man.
with one good shit.
That's crazy.
I have a little bit of a thing for you guys after your guys' training process. And we'll start the next session with the visiting of Tanis. I did not forget about that. Let me jump over through some notes on another not piece of paper. Man, I was wondering if you guys would pass that check, but I didn't expect a
Man.
1.
Yeah, I got the dice rolls were 2 and 17 for me.
The disadvantage definitely screwed you there.
Yeah.
All right. So after this effect, Borvik, do you have proficiency in thieves' tools?
Yes.
Good. You now have expertise.
Oh.
Double proficiency.
You get to
Double
take your
proficiency
proficiency
bonus.
modifier and double it.
So instead of adding 3, you add 6.
You also get a +1 situational, and it's not situational. You get a +1 to your, and I was going to give you the choice here of stealth or acrobatics. Just add it to your skill.
Please write down those bonuses under your small feat section.
Yes. Please write these benefits down elsewhere too, so we can at least note them.
I know.
And everyone's going to be writing a couple. So, Adras. Besides this, for everyone gets a +1 to their athletics from all the training.
Yay.
Oh, shit.
I will name it address training.
Voralden, with as much training as you've done it, you've got an additional use of your roll. Ooh. Alosrin,
Yeah.
after the use of it, you did not get a use of the roll. You got one use of a panic teleport, which does the exact same of a roll.
Oh,
But it
cool.
only teleports you 5. It teleports you. It can't be used it works exactly as the roll. All effects apply just as the roll. Just so you know. Like if it grappled, it doesn't
But I'm
trigger.
teleporting.
Yeah, you're just really short range teleport out of like
Like Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, you teleport it behind them.
Well,
No.
you said 1 per...
Long rest.
Okay.
Okay. Plato.
Yeah.
Did everyone get? I don't know if I said it. I might have said it. Did
We all
everyone
got
get
one
plus
plus-
1 to athletics?
Yes.
Okay, I did say that. Okay. Plato, you automatically get detect magic. Ooh. And identify.
As spells?
Yes.
Okay.
In your spell book.
Are those level 1s?
Yes.
Identify.
And they can be
and-
ritually cast.
Yes.
Do I have to have them ready, selected to ritual cast? them?
No, that's why
That's
you
the good
ritual
part.
cast them, is you don't have to have them prepared, but they just take 10 minutes
Yeah.
longer to
Identify
cast.
and detect magic?
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, for Adras,
Mm-hmm.
you get the magic initiate feat. Ooh! Because you delved into the magic.
Okay.
You had the option to go the other way, and you went this way. There was 2 choices. This is
What would
the,
that have done?
I'm not telling you.
Dang.
Because you don't want to live with that mindset.
Cleric.
What,
That's
I missed
fine.
it.
You
What
use
did he
Clark.
get? He gets...
Magic initiate feat.
What does that do?
I get cantrips and a spell I can cast once per rest or
No
something.
way.
As he dove further into the magics rather
Dude.
than shying away from it.
Nice.
It won't really be much of a crazy thing for you, but because of this dip into the severing other ties for the specification on the divination school, the cost of doing the divination schools is cheapened to you to half the cost.
So like level 4 costs a level 2 spell slot or something?
No. The cost of taking a scroll is half the cost.
Okay.
So if you need to copy a divination school scroll into your book, it is half the cost.
Okay, cool.
That is, I think I've made it through everything for everybody.
Just to make sure I wrote it down right, I had the expertise and tools, and then I picked between stealth and acrobatics, right?
And they get a +1.
Okay, cool.
And you automatically get the athletics 1 too.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
And do it now.
Yeah, I was
And then write it down on the side so Jayden can update the character sheets for the...
They put it by my small feats thing, so that's where I put it.
Yeah.
Good.
So the next time you guys level up, he can update that for you guys. And All right. Thank you for listening to Goon Quest. If you enjoyed the show and want to hear more of it, please feel free to leave a 5-star rating wherever you listen to your podcast. Not only does this help others find the show, but it also helps us feel good about ourselves. Our opening music is by Alexander Nakarada, cover art by Casey May, outro music by Alexander Nakarada, audio editing by Jimmy May, additional music by Nerdius Maximus. And guys, I want to say thank you guys for listening to the podcast in general. Our Instagram can be found at goon.quest. If you would like to provide names of NPCs or have ideas for magic items or NPC names, you can submit those at goonquest@outlook.com or through a Google form, which can be found on our Instagram. The link is in the bio. I think it could also be found on most of our other stuff as well. And if you want to support our show, you can do so on our Patreon, Goon Quest. There you can get extra information about the show or the world, as well as character sheets for the players and other benefits as the show kind of grows. We do have patrons that are very supportive of our show already. And all right, that's pretty much it, guys. That's all from me. Anyone else have any lasting closing comments?
Goon on.
Goon your mom.
So no
Don't do
head.
that.
So no head did not come on. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
We should have. We could have done the heist rolls.
Mystery Mobile.
What's this Scooby Doo? They're gonna
Yeah.
solve
That mystery. I see Scooby Doo coming after you.
Character sheet done.
What's this Scooby Doo?
You can't look up the lyrics for this.
What's this Scooby Doo?
It's not that complicated. It's a fairly short song.
No. We're good now.
All right, we got the cold open.
A cold open.